This is a response to this question about where to find vintage rugs, and I want to cover that with two different answers. One is where to find them online, and one is the best places to find them in person, and why you would want to do either of those. First off, my favorite place to find them online is on Etsy, and I'm going to share towards the end of this video some of my favorite sellers of vintage rugs on Etsy and what to look for. But there are also other places like Revival, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, and other than Facebook Marketplace, there are groups that you can apply to inside of Facebook that are neighborhood groups that sell resale goods. Where I live, there's the Preston Hollow Facebook group for selling things. It's called Preston Hollow Garage Sale, and you can search these groups for rugs. Now I'm going to talk about the challenge of buying them online. If you buy them at some place like Facebook, you can definitely see them before you make the decision to buy. But if you're strictly buying them online, the downside is that you really have to hate it to return it because it is expensive and it's big, and some of the sellers won't take it back. Places to buy vintage rugs in person can be flea markets, garage sales, thrift stores. The issue is that it takes a long time to find one that way for me. And a lot of times, like here we have something called Round Top, which has a ton of vintage rugs, but they are really expensive. So for me, that is not going to be an option. So what to look for if you're buying from somebody on Etsy? Before I share the people that I like, I will say you want to look for star sellers or people, I think, who have at least 100 5-star reviews. And when you click on it, when you find a rug on there that you like, click through to the seller's store and see if they sell mostly rugs. And if they do, they probably have a really wide selection of rugs, and that's a place that I would buy from. I've bought Oriental rugs on Etsy, and they did not come from the US, which is why they're really hard to return. But I was very happy with my purchase, but I did check out the seller and read the reviews to look at how quickly they ship and how accurate the picture is. They usually have a lot of pictures if it's someone that's carrying a lot of rugs. The issue with buying vintage rugs, either online or in person, is that houses tended to be smaller, and these rugs are not typically as big as some of the rugs that you're going to be looking for. If you're wondering what size rug you need, I did 2 previous posts about rugs and how to buy them and how to tell what size. But one thing that you can do to make up for that is get a smaller rug, like a 4x6, and layer another solid color, like sisal, wool sisal, underneath it. And here are 3 sellers on Etsy that I think meet all the criteria that I feel comfortable buying from.